It's the guts and it's the glory. 100 stripes, 100 stories. It's the Pledge of Allegiance on the 4th of July. It's them handwritten letters from home. It's them sleepless nights alone. It's his newborn baby he left with his wife.
Mr. Red, White, and Blue.
Lay down, here's a line. Mr. Red, White, and Blue. For these stars and stripes. Hey.
Friday, the Valentine show. Exciting show coming tonight on the Valentine show.
From the fields of Indiana to the swamps of Louisiana to the golden coast of California. Uncle Sam's the only family he's got. His purple heartbeat won't stop. And his 18th birthday was the day he was born. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, lay down, here's the light.
Mr. Red, White, and Blue.
For these stars and stripes. Mr. Red, White, and Blue. Stand on the front line. Mr. Red, White, and Blue. Pay the ultimate price.
How's everybody doing out there? Great, exciting show. Today on the Valentine show, we're going to cover Bob Woodward. We're going to cover Donald Trump, nominated twice for the Nobel Peace Prize. We're going to be talking about so much. Stay tuned. We starting shortly. Let's get it.
But if you knew him, you would understand.
The people who are on the chat, say hello. I know there's a couple of you guys already up in here. As always, supporting the #1 undiscovered channel on YouTube. The exciting, the best show, the Valentine show.
For these stars and stripes. Stand on these front lines.
How's everybody doing out there, man? How's everybody doing? Welcome to the Valentine show. Another Friday TGIF. Thank God. Thank the creator. Today is Friday. We have an excellent, crazy show. As always, Damien from the Bronx up in the casa, doing what he got to do. Thank you so much for the support, my brother. All the people that are here, man, we're going to have an excellent show. As always, we so much stuff. Killer Mike. We've been talking about California fires, the second stimulus. We're going to try to get to all that, the NFL booing, all that cuties release. Oh my God, the Bob Woodward tape. Oh my God, so much. Can we stop wasting time and can we get to it? Mr. Valentine. Yes, we can. I think we can. Let's start talking a little bit about. And as always, guys, remember, 8:30, we're going to do what? Open up the lines. Open up the lines. Start talking with you guys, man. Thank you, man. Thank you for the people that are here. Let's talk about a little bit about what has been happening. I want the people to call. There's a lot going on. As always, when is there not a lot of stuff going on? The president today got nominated for the second time to a Nobel Peace Prize. I think well deserved. We're gonna try to get into all that stuff. But let's get into this right here. Progressive activist rapper Killer Mike slammed for meeting with GOP governor. That's right. You cannot meet with people that can offer change. You just have to sit on Twitter and complain about change and do hashtag this, hashtag that. You cannot meet with people, because if not, I mean, it's unacceptable. Remember, because you're supposed to be a professional complainer. He was getting destroyed on Twitter. But what happened? What was it that he did so bad? What was it that Killer Mike, not a Republican, did so bad? What was it that he did so bad? If I'm not mistaken, he's a progressive. Yeah, it says here. Look what it says here. Atlantic rapper and progressive activist Killer Mike is facing a wave of scrutiny from Democrats over the decision to meet with Georgia Governor Brian Kemp, a Republican. If I'm not mistaken, I think you guys probably know better than me. Let me know down in the chat. I think he's a Bernie bro. If I'm not mistaken. But you guys know better than me. But let's see what happened in this meeting that he's getting heat. Let's see. News of the meeting first got out through the rapper who is one half of the Run the Jewels duo. The rapper and entrepreneur whose real name is Michael Renner posted photos on his visit to the Atlanta State Capitol on his Instagram Wednesday afternoon and wrote about his conversation with the President Trump ally governor. The Roots, which is a black-centric publication, very nasty publication actually, they curse, they do all that stuff. I mean, to me, that has no moral value whatsoever. To me, I read the article a little bit. I wanted to read a little bit here, but I can't. I will be degrading my show that I'm trying to preserve here if I read a little bit of that crazy article that these people wrote at The Root. Look, go check it out. The Root is called, for the people that don't know, again, is a black-centric publication, but it's really, really nasty, to be honest. I mean, it seems like they don't want solution. They just want to complain. But what did he do? Well, let's see what they did. Is here. Let me see what is here. They started to talk. Look at this. In multiple tweets, the rapper discussed how creating changes sometimes involves doing things that appear unpopular. In this case, he argued following the unpopular route of meeting with a hardline Republican could lead to a productive change. I believe so. Why is it that Republicans have this stereotype, like Republicans don't want any type of change or are not there to do anything at all, just to be racist, I guess? No, Republicans are politicians too, and they want to keep their constituency happy. I mean, that's just the name of the game. But basically what they ran out to do out there, you see a picture here of Killer Mike. He just went out to talk about the music industry, how the music industry was doing during the pandemic. And he said that there's going to be a second meeting. Let me see what it says here. They thought that he was pandering because he went to see the enemy, but somewhere I can't seem to find it here. But it's it says that they're gonna be having fellow meetings and see how it is. Hey, listen, you talk with the people that are in charge and you bring about change. I mean, stop. You're gonna wait till you get voted in to bring change. How about if you could do it now? If the change, I mean, get the change now. But again, this is the progressive left. You cannot meet with anybody from the opposite side of the aisle. It was incredible. Let's go to the chat. Let's see who's up in here. You're so cool. Morgan in the house. Tyree. Dub Garcia. Who else is up in here, man? Doing all the things, man. Repping as always. Guys, remember 8:30, we're going to be having the live call-in show. Well, I'm opening up the lines, actually, where you guys could get to talk to me, man, and see how what's going on out there in your part of the United States. And a part that they're not having such a good time in the United States is California and the West Coast, man. There have been rumors, and let's clear it up now. I mean, but in this day and age, I mean, anything is possible, right? There have been rumors that these fires have been created by, and let me look at a map of the fires, by Antifa. And that is not true. They say supposedly that damn, this is crazy, man. Just look at this, guys. Look at the fires here on the West Coast, man. Hey, I'm gonna tell you this. Look at this. This is insane. Look at this. Just look at this. Look at this. All these fires right here. Insanity, right? Authorities said that it's not Antifa, that it's not them. But again, knowing who these people are, knowing what they're capable of, you would think that something like this, and again, because we're in election season, you would think that, hey, who knows? I mean, this is just crazy, right? It might be possible. That way we could keep doing the chaos. There is a old video. I can't even. It's out there, right? It's a video of a guy talking about it, like the 1960s, a white gentleman, right? He's talking about some of the strategies of the communists, the socialists, and one of the strategies is to light everything up on fire. Actually, Damien from the Bronx, he sent me that video, but that video, I first saw it in the YouTuber, a great YouTuber, actually. He has great content. It's called Mr. Reagan, right? I saw a clip of that video in one of his videos where he's talking about the schemes of the socialists and communists, and how the communists actually, quote unquote, took the plight of the black people. They are using the black people to bring about their communist revolution, right? They just took that. They're going to jump on that bandwagon, but with other plans, right? So they're talking about how they're gonna just cause massive chaos and destroy everything, burn everything down. And one of the ideas, one of the ways, is to start and burn everything up, light everything on fire. Which is again, there's a lot of money behind these leftist movements. There's a lot, but authorities have said it's not them. So we have to, I guess, just go with what authorities say until they're proven otherwise. But let's see, West Coast fire, 17 people dead, man. 17 people dead, man. What's going on? I know what's going on. A lot of you guys know what's going on. Why all this stuff, all this craziness is happening to the United States? No, I'm not looking up on my ceiling. Is the creator, man. The creator is bringing judgment upon America, sadly, because of the things and the great sins that the United States has committed. I mean, and America and the coronavirus, the world, that's just my personal belief. Nothing happens on this world without God allowing it or permitting it indirectly. Nothing happens. And I think, and look what's happening in California, Portland, all that West Coast where it's going crazy. We still got protests, 90 something days of protest in Portland. Is insane. But let's read a little bit what it says here. At least 17 people have reportedly died in the wildfire West Coast as the blazes continue burning out of control, man. This is crazy. The death toll reported by ABC could rise as the constellations of wildfires burning Northern California, Oregon, Washington remain You guys, okay. I got disconnected for a bit. You guys hear me? I hope you guys do. Let me know in the comments. You guys hear me? Because I got disconnected. I think I should be up. Let's continue here, right? I forgot my train of thought. It's just insanity, right? I hope that a lot of these tragedies, right? A lot of these things, coronavirus, fires, destruction, this brings people back to God, right? And to start thinking about the important things of thank you, Ronnie. Thank you guys. Thank you for guys that confirm. To start thinking, right, that what's really important in life, right? We're gonna get into 9/11. I'm gonna give you a little story that I have. Where was I 9/11? What happened? And how 9/11, September 12th, we had one of the most united, or if not the most united America, who knows since when, right? September 12th, September 11th, the tragedy. Now we had a common enemy. September 12th, we were united because now that enemy was going to destroy us. Are we seeing that now? Let's continue. Let me give you some updates on the second check, man. That second check is looking crazy. That $1,200 and $2,400 per family. It's looking a little bit crazy, right? They got together to vote. The Senate got together to vote what they called a skinny bill. Didn't go anywhere. I mean, I don't even know what's the purpose. I tried looking for what was the purpose of even bringing this to the floor. I have no idea why. It was a 52-47 vote. They needed 60 votes to get this bill passed. This bill did not include, and this was brought forth by the Republicans, this bill did not include the $1,200 stimulus check. So I really don't even know what's the purpose. Why did Majority Leader bring this to the floor to vote on this? I mean, I heard someone was like to show people that people were or to get down the votes of these senators saying that they voted for a stimulus bill, basically just plain politics, right? With the people and people waiting for this money. But at least there are good news from the White House. This is from President Donald. Look at Donnie Boy right there. Look at that face. Look at Mr. two-time nominated Nobel for the Nobel Peace Prize, Mr. Donnie Boy, the Peacemaker, Donald Trump. The left has to be going crazy, man. The left has to be going bananas. But what does Mr. Peacemaker, Donnie Boy, wanna tell us about the second stimulus check? He got some good news, actually. And listen to this. There is, according to this article by Forbes, somewhere in a bank account somewhere that the United States has, they have 300, as they say in the hood, $300 billion that were, look what it says here, an account that we didn't use. Damn, I wish I had a little account that I didn't use with $300 billion. $300 billion. And well, let's read a little bit what the president is willing to do. Again, President Trump is, he's a go-getter. He's willing to send the money to the people. But again, they're playing politics. It's a you tell me you do this. Again, he had to do an executive order getting the money to people with an executive order. But look what he's planning to do with this here. It says, during remarks Friday at the White House, Trump said Congress should redirect unused coronavirus relief funds to fund second stimulus checks for the American people. Now we have $300 billion in an account that we didn't use. $300 billion, Trump said, and we're willing to use that. I will be willing to release it subject to Congress. That's the thing. Smart man, smart man. What did you expect from the Peacemaker? And use that as a stimulus money, and it will go right to the American people. So we have $300 billion sitting in an account that we didn't need because things are going so well with the economy. So he's willing to take that $300 billion and send it directly to the people, subject to Congress approval. But Congress, as known, Congress, they can't get things done. The division is huge in Congress, and they're not willing to do that, man. It's just insanity. It's just insanity. But again, this is where we're at in 2020 in the United States. Oh my God, we're breaking records up in this house. We got 16 people watching the Valentine show on a Friday night, TGIF, solemn Friday night. We're going to be getting, for the people that are coming in, say hello on the chat. Sonia's here. Sonia's in the house, in the casa. And Tyree, yes, Trump is a G. Yes, actually, Tyree, and to everybody, Trump is actually the first black president, man. Yo, we got to get into the lines. We got to get into all that. But we got to get into the NFL. Shame on you, NFL. If you're conservative and you're still supporting the NFL, you know what? You go to the Democratic Party. Please leave us, man. Leave us, man. The NFL started yesterday. They already had proven that they were going to be super woke this season. There's people, and I'm going to tell you a story after this about the uniting factor that sports are supposed to be. And these $1 million athletes are just throwing it to the floor. Remember today, 9/11, not one NFL player, not one Major League player, not one NBA player, not one sports athlete ran into the towers or ran into the Pentagon. None of them did that. First responders did. The people that are trying to defund, cops, EMT, firemen, those people are the ones, I said it here before, those people are the ones who kids should have on their walls of a fireman so-and-so, cop so-and-so, save so many lives. A person who's only able to dunk a basketball or throw a football, we're gonna be idolizing these people? NFL gets back on the air. Their ratings are through the floor, thank God. The ratings are through the floor. The XFL for the NFL players, the XFL was bought by Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. So hopefully they force. It's crazy that we have to force people to stand for the national anthem. And for the people out here that are saying, no, it's not about the national anthem. It's not about the national anthem. The person who made the protest, Colin Kaepernick, said, I will not stand for a flag that oppresses black people. That's what he said. It's all about the flag, as a matter of fact. It's not about anything else but the flag. The NFL gets, look what happens. Boo! Boo! This is the thing, man. People are tired. People are tired of politics. People are tired of the politics. People are tired of it. Sports is a place where you have no idea who's who. You have no idea which one's the Democrat. You have no idea which one's the Republican, the conservative, the liberal, the progressive. You have no idea. The moderate have no clue. There is all about scoring a point. Has nothing to do with anything. People just going, let me take my mind off everything. You go turn that on and you hear this constant. They are. We're gonna know. You're gonna know about this mega of a human being right here. I'm gonna tell you why this is so important, and it links to the NFL thing. People don't want to hear that, man. People are tired of that, man. They want to see sports because it has a uniting factor. Today, I learned about this giant of a human called Jack Johnson. I don't know who this guy was. I had no idea who Jack Johnson was. Jack Johnson is obviously, like you guys see, a black boxer in the United States who was fearless. And when I mean fearless, this man was fearless. Again, this man is in a country where racism is extremely heavy. This man right here is fighting white guys, murking them, destroying these guys, right? And making fun of these people too. Again, this is during KKK, all that stuff is going on. And this man is doing all this stuff right here, man. Yo, destroying white people left and right, and people wanting to come see this black man fight. Larger than life figure. A man who got criticized for dating white women. But was able to, believe it or not, get during a time of segregation, he was able to get the white man and the black man to look at him and enjoy his fights and whatnot, man. Beast of a human being. And that's what sports are supposed to do. They're supposed to bring people together, join people, different thoughts, different opinions, join people together. And that's what's so great about the whole sports thing, man. It's supposed to be patriotic. It's supposed to be as we come together, we come one. You're not getting that from sports today. And that's why people are just tired of the stupidity. That's why they're going to keep tanking in ratings. That's why they're going to keep doing what they're doing, because people are just 100% tired of all this stupidity. Yo, if you don't know the story of this man, go check out the story of Jack Johnson, man. The guy is a larger than life figure, man. He used to taunt his opponents, man, and just beat them down, but was able to get this country, in my opinion, man, swimming against the wave of literally death threats. And this man was able to stand in the middle of when there was some real problems, when there was some real segregation, when there was laws on the books that say, hey, you black man, you drink on this water, and you white man, you drink on this water. When that was real, when there was law on the books, right now you tell a progressive, yo, tell me a law that's on the book that doesn't allow somebody to do something. They can't say anything. It's no systematic racism. It's a systematic. What does that even mean? What does that even mean? Explain to me. What does that mean? They have no idea. They have no clue. Insanity. It's crazy. To the people that are here, thank you so much. Remember to always give me a like, give me a comment, all that stuff. Netflix, man. Read the crazy article from the Telegraph. Look at this. Look at this. This is Cuties. Netflix, after the backlash, they still decided to drop the Cuties, right? They still decided to release Cuties. Look what it says here. Look at this. The title of this. This is just the pedophiles are just coming out full force. Cuties, Netflix review a provocative powder keg for an age terrified of child sexuality. Look what it says here. But look at the title. Cuties, Netflix review a provocative powder keg for an age terrified of child sexuality. Like, isn't everybody terrified of child sexuality? I mean, I thought that was the norm. No, but that's the thing. They're trying to bring it and not be the norm. They're trying to bring all these little girls and just normalize this stuff. Forget the moral panic. Netflix controversial French import is disturbing and risque because that's exactly what it's aimed to be. Yeah, but not with little kids. You could do that with adults. You don't talk about child sex exploitation while exploiting children at the same time, which is what this movie's doing. And this is the clean. I don't even want to put the other pictures of here because I'm afraid that they're going to flag this channel for some type of inappropriate content or some type regarding children. That's how crazy it is. Netflix still decides to put and promote this story of these young girls who are sexually exploited, and the story of a girl who is rebellious towards their conservative Muslim parents and is, I guess, rewarded because this is what modern society is promoting. Be rebellious against authorities, be rebellious against parents. Totally different than 40 years ago, right? 30 years ago, and who knows, probably even 20 years ago. That wasn't accepted. But again, the time changes, and there's a big wave of pedophiles. There's even a name, I forgot the acronym. You guys can let me know in the chat, of adults who are attracted to kids. I forget the acronym. It's like a 3-letter acronym. I forget, but you guys in the comments can let me know. And they really don't care. They just decided to drop it. We're going to get into the lines right now. But before we get into the lines, I just want to play this tape, and then we're going to open up these lines. This is the Bob Woodward tapes. What do I think about these tapes? I mean, are they so bombshell controversial? I don't think so.
But the air, you just breathe the air. That's how it's passed. And so that's a very tricky one. That's a very delicate one. It's also more deadly than your strenuous flus. This is more deadly. This is 5 per, this is 5% versus 1% and less than 1%.
Remember, this is in February 7th. Donald Trump by that time had closed flights to and from China. So he was the first one, and he got called xenophobic for that. So everything he does is horrible.
So this is deadly stuff. Well, I think, Bob, really, to be honest with you.
Sure, I want you to.
I wanted to always play it down. I still like playing it down.
Yes.
Because I don't want to create a panic.
Makes perfect sense. What is so wrong about that? Can somebody explain to me? Because I truly don't understand what is wrong with that. The president of the United States, being a leader that he is, do you really want him to come and be like, America, 2 million of you guys are going to die? If there was panic with the toilet paper buying, to this day, I think you cannot get Clorox wipe. Today is September 11th, 2020. To this day, you cannot get Clorox wipes. Imagine if the leader of the free world comes out and says, hey, you are going to die. There will be pandemonium, not only in the United States, but worldwide. The president, because he knows who he's dealing with. He knows, I'm going to tell you right now, everybody, that's why they have top secret stuff, because everybody cannot handle the same amount of information, or cannot handle, as that saying goes, you want the truth, you can't handle the truth. Some people literally cannot handle the truth because they will not know how to react. Was it serious? Of course, people know it was serious, man. You don't close down airports and flights from a place for nothing. I mean, if you didn't know it was serious in February, I don't. Where under what rock are you living? That's why the president has his professionals. The president is not a professional. He has the professionals, Anthony Fauci, Deborah Birx, telling people, listen, do this, do that. Giving out estimates. They gave down estimate. They gave estimates of 2 million or whatever, how many people were going to die. And thank God that was wrong. But he was doing that. But even Nancy Pelosi in February was in Chinatown and thing in San Diego telling the people, hey, come here. Come buy Chinese food. Come over here. Safe. Everything is safe. Even in New York City too. They were like, no, don't abandon the Chinese merchants. Their stuff is still good. You could still come and buy stuff. Everybody was talking about it. Nobody knew. But again, they're trying to blame the president of the United States for this. This story is going to go away. Like everything goes away. Everything just slides off the president. The president just slides off of him. It's going to go away. I don't think he said anything wrong whatsoever. He did it correctly. He kept cool. Imagine if you see the leader not being cool. Imagine that. If you being the leader is the one who's first panicking, right? It's insanity. Guys, let's turn on the what are we going to turn on, man? 646-470-1077. Absolutely no cursing and just respect. Let me turn on the phone here. That way you guys could start calling, man. I want to talk to you guys, man. All right. We're ready to rock and roll. 646-470-1077 is the number to call. 9/11, solemn day, a day that the United States got a clear message of who is the enemy. Where was I? Where was Mr. Valentine on 9/11/2001? 2001 was my senior year in high school. I used to live not in New York. I used to live right across the river in New Jersey. I used to go to a school in Union City, New Jersey called Union Hill High School, the Hillers. And that morning of September 11, 2001, when the first plane hit, they said a plane hit the World Trade Center. I was like, I have heard stories already of, for example, there was a plane that hit, I think in the 30s, around there, 40s, I'm not sure, that hit the Empire State Building. So I'm like, okay, something like that probably happened, right? So we go upstairs to the 4th floor of the high school. Union City is literally so you could see the New York City, the New York City skyline from Union City, New Jersey. So I look out and I see the World Trade Center, the 2 towers. And I see this smoke and I'm like, to be honest, I was like, are they filming a movie? What's going on? Are they filming a movie? So while I'm there, I'm looking at the towers, right? And I see this other plane coming. And I'm thinking the other plane is going to go around it. And when I see that second plane goes right into the towers, is insanity. That day was the first day I've ever heard of the name of Osama bin Laden. And the images from that day are horrifying, especially of what happened in the towers when there were people throwing themselves, that they have given up on life. They were throwing themselves face down with their hands behind their back. It's just, man, there is a certain point, right, that you cannot rationalize things like that. It's insane, right? What radical Islam and evil ideologies in general, and evil, I mean, I take everything, whatever you want to call it, I put it on the umbrella of evil, could do. There is no limit to human wickedness, as to you could go and plan an attack of killing people by driving or flying a plane into towers in New York. That is, to be honest, in my opinion, that I think that's worse than Pearl Harbor, just because of the way they did it. This was not a military type of attack, meaning there wasn't like military vehicles used, military planes used. I know there's conspiracy theories out there. I'm not gonna get into that. Again, show me the proof and I'll believe it. I'm not one of those guys that likes to paddle conspiracy theories, right? To panhandle conspiracy theories without a proof. If you have the proof, I would love to talk to you tonight. The number's here, 646-470-1077. Who's gonna call? Don't tell me I'm gonna have to beg you guys to come and talk to me tonight. Come on, man. Come on. So yeah, I mean, September 11th of September 12th, the country was united, man. The country was, and after that, you remember the American flags everywhere. Now an American flag, you see people in I think in Portland flying the communist flag. This is insanity, man. Let me see if I can find a picture of that. Portland communist flag. These communists, man. What's going on now? The enemies, like in the United States, from people who are ungrateful what the United States has provided to them, man. Somebody's gonna call. There you go. Somebody brave enough. Caller, you on the air?
Hi, it's Sonia.
Sonia, talk to me, Sonia. How you doing?
I'm okay. How are you?
Good, good. Sonia, one of the women warriors of the channel. Talk to me.
Yeah, I think 2 weeks gone by and I couldn't call, so it's nice to get in touch.
No problem.
All right, so where do we begin? I don't watch sports, but I was hearing a lot of jokes online about the NFL because I really thought that after, it was being reported that the NBA was experiencing those low ratings, and also when those soccer guys got booed, remember?
The soccer guys, yeah.
Yeah. I wonder when these guys, think about doing this stuff, and also their owners or whoever's in charge, that they don't realize, that they're not paying attention to the reactions of the people, and that no matter where you stand on anything, even if this had never happened, you have to know you can't please everyone, right? So it's ironic to me that we're in a place of being politically correct, but they don't need to be correct with the people, with the conservatives, they don't care about alienating them for some reason, because that you have to, the fans are going to be all types of people.
Yeah.
So I don't understand when they're together planning these things. I think ABL had posted something on his Facebook that the NFL players not only did all that nonsense on the day of the game, but they also had these videos where they were like doing a poem.
Oh,
like
yeah?
a compilation of poetry. Did you see that?
No, I didn't see that. No, they were the NFL players.
It was like, he says maybe it was Jay-Z writing the lyrics for them. But I heard about the Black National Anthem, which I couldn't believe it, because I'm thinking, since when is the national anthem the white anthem? It's the American anthem, right?
Since never.
So why is it associated with whiteness? And then why would they even play a black national anthem if this is the United States of America and not the United States of blacks or black Americans? And for that matter, now, should they play the La Borinqueña? Don't you guys have one too?
To be honest, I'm right now, Sonia, believe it or not, and to the people listening out there, I'm writing a letter to the NFL and I want them to play the Latino national anthem. It's just
have Mark Anthony up in there, then.
Salsa. That's it. We want salsa now. Come on, man. It's just, people are ridiculous, man. But this is what it is. It's pandering. But look, believe it or not, I think they are looking and paying attention. Look what they did. The Chiefs, which is the red team, right? Most of them stood up. I think only one player kneeled during the anthem. And then the other team, the Texans, they decided not to come out at all. So they weren't gonna kneel for the anthem, because this is the problem. And talking about the Black National Anthem, now it's a problem, right? So now you have the white national anthem, which is the white national anthem. There's the national anthem, that you have the national anthem, and then you have the Black National Anthem. If they kneel for the regular national anthem and then they stand for the Black National Anthem, they're showing some favoritism. So what they did, instead of avoiding all that, they just stood in the locker room. Incredibly, that we have now professional sports who are made it their multi-million dollars of all races and colors of sports players that are now divided in the United States. This is where we're at in 2020. The left, and to be honest, I think it guilt trips like a lot of these white people, because the reality is a lot of these people in power, they're white people, and it guilt trips them, and they don't want to lose followers, and they don't want to look not woke, and they don't want to look up with the times, so they start doing all this stupidity, and they look really foolish.
Unwoke.
Exactly, they don't want to look unwoke, and I mean, is insanity, but. This is what
but only blacks and whites make up the football teams or any of the other sports. Don't they have other nationalities, and don't they have anthems too? I mean, why is it black and white?
The majority, believe it or not, the majority of the people in the NFL are black players. 80% of the players are black. But it has nothing to do with black or white. This is about America, like you said. But again, it just disproves their whole thing about. There's no equality in their fight to stop racism. I'm like, I mean, but what the conundrum to me, Sonia, is that you will ask, depending on the black person or the person of color that you ask, one will say, oh no, America's the racist, let's burn American flags. Then you ask another person, a black person, you ask them, is America racist? Be like, no, America is free. We could do whatever we want. Nobody's following me. Nobody's persecuting me. None of that stuff is happening in America. So it's like two people telling you different things. They're supposed to be both oppressed. Yes, one of them is telling you, no, we're freer than ever. As a matter of fact, there's some black Americans, African Americans. There's some African Americans who want nothing to do with Africa because they're not Africans. Right. They're not Africans. They are Americans. I mean, we get it. Your roots, your genes are started in Africa, but you have nothing to do with that continent. You are an American.
I heard somebody, a black content creator, say on his channel that, they're free to leave, if they don't like it here. He was saying LeBron has his millions. If things were so bad here and awful, he could go to an all-black country.
They're not going anywhere.
Take his money with him and get that utopia that he's expecting or whatever. Why don't Dog pack his bags too? But he said something so funny to me. I had burst out laughing. He said that he saw someone on Facebook say, yeah, white people will never understand slavery because they ain't been through it. And he said, neither have you. Who experienced slavery?
That's the reality. I mean, it's just crazy, but
it's the sins of our past, and we all have them. And I was thinking about the other day. I was saying, me as a Puerto Rican, you're Dominican, whatever. Our heritage, it's very similar, as you know. But our native people were taken advantage of. They went extinct, right? They were annihilated. Then we had white and black and Spaniards. We have African Americans in us, probably more than Kamala. And the thing is that despite the fact that we were also colonized, right? We have pride in our music, our culture, our language, everything. And it wasn't ours. It was given to us. So
yes.
Should we go to Spain and get some reparations? What's happening?
That's the thing. If you're gonna keep trying to turn back the clock of time and make the kids, the great grandkids of these people may pay for the sins that they committed, we won't end up. We're gonna have to give back the Caribbean, even the Caribbean, for example, Jamaica, who's predominantly black. Those are black slaves from America that were brought there. That land doesn't even belong to them. So if we're gonna give back reparations and take it back, then they're gonna have to give back that land to the Taínos also, which were Taínos in Jamaica and Dominica, which were the Indians over there. Again, this is just really tiring propaganda and stuff. But Sonia, talk to me about. I know you are our spy. In the Valentine show, in the mom group on Facebook, how the mom groups, how is it going? How are those women doing over there? Are they having heart attack that Donald Trump got nominated 2 times for the Nobel Peace Prize? Have you heard anything about that?
Believe it or not, everybody's been pretty quiet. They're laying low. I noticed that in the beginning, like when he was having the rallies and we only had the COVID, there was a lot of criticism about him and a lot of memes, which I thought was wrong because, again, you have different people in this group and you're just targeting, the conservative side, and you don't know who he is, a Trump supporter, whatever. At that time, I was nothing. I wasn't into anything. And they were making fun of him when he said the comment about the bleach. And then they were joking like that they were going to sign up for seats at his rally because they wanted to fill him up.
Yeah.
You know, even though they're really not going.
And
things like that. But then once the BLM stuff turned, you know, they would say that he's divisive and things like that, but it was all BLM. But now, because despite through it all, because the man keeps taking all the hits and he keeps coming back up, right? And now he got a second Nobel Peace Prize. It's just too many things that he is just repelling that I feel like they just want to keep quiet, because when you bring up Biden and Kamala and all those jokers, they don't have anything to say. They try to defend it. Like I said, I asked them once, I said, why would he pick Kamala? He can pick anyone. He didn't have to pick her. And she dissed him in the debate.
Ooh, big time.
And he dissed her, right?
Big time.
They were like, oh, they all do it. They all do it. And I'm like, did Pence debate Trump? No, right?
No, of course not. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. Especially her. Why would they pick Kamala Harris? Makes no sense whatsoever. The way that she came calling him racist and all that. But again, remember what he said.
Right.
He said it from the beginning. He said he was going to choose a black woman. That's it. That's one of his.
Yes, but there were others. It didn't have to be the woman that he debated on stage for the whole world to see. There were that she stopped him from, getting to a school.
Yeah, and she dropped. Yeah, exactly. The whole busing thing, right? I mean,
right.
I really don't know, to be honest.
And believe all women. Just too many things. And the fact that they're freaking fracked because he wrote the bill and she enforced it, and you're talking about black men are in jail now more than ever because of racism and blah, 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 and it's replaced the plantation. So you want the woman that kept them in jail for petty offenses and even tried to stop them from overturning their cases? They don't have nothing to say about that because he's a poor excuse for an opponent.
Yep.
And they probably don't want to bring it up.
It's gonna be crazy. They're gonna have a big loss on 2020, but let's see what happens. Sonia, thank you so much for always being active and always doing what you do. Again, the women warriors of the Valentine show. Believe it or not, Sonia, I'm so happy, to be honest, that I have so many women that follow me. I'm like, I'm glad. I'm like, damn, I'm glad that this is not only a man thing, and I'm glad that I'm resonating with the females, to be honest, and I'm speaking something that you guys like and enjoy.
Listen, check my comments because I sent you 2 links right now on the live show for 2 things you might want to do videos on, okay?
Thank you, sister.
Okay.
God bless. Later.
Bye.
Thank you. That was Sonia, our resident spy from the Valentine show. She's Sonia says she's new in politics, but I'm not too sure, man. She has a lot of knowledge, and she makes always great points. But she's just seeing what's going on, and she's seeing what's really going on, and the way they treating the president of the United States. Guys, 646-470-1077. We'd like to take 2 or 3 more calls, man, to be honest. 646-470-1077. That day, senior in high school, September 11th, 2001, was a day that I will remember for the rest of my life. And I remember after that also, you will see the fighter jets flying back and forth in and around New York City. And it was just crazy, man. The level of destruction and the level of pain that radical ideas were able to cause the United States of America, just because the United States, what the United States stands for. And we have that fermenting heavily in the United States now, sadly. Caller, you on the air?
How you doing? This is King Peter the Great.
Hey, what's up? Talk to me, brother.
How's it going, man? I'm listening to your show right now, and
all right. Let me give people a little recap. That way, you guys know exactly what's going on. So, what's your name again? Your username, P the Great.
Yes.
P the Great. You guys have seen him. Maybe guys have seen him in the comments, but he disagrees with me heavily on some of the things that I speak. Actually, he has even called me a hypocrite. So we're going to tackle those issues. I want to know, why am I a hypocrite?
Okay. We can start with, the reason I called you a hypocrite is because you made a comment about people being free in America and it not being the government's place to tell people what to do. But then in the same sentence, you say that it's okay for the government to tell people that they can't have abortions. If we're free and we're free to make choices, we should be free to make all choices.
Okay, so
not some choices.
You agree that we should murder people?
No, I don't agree we should murder people.
Okay,
but then we had this discussion. So you say it's murdering people.
Yes, everybody. The people. Let me just tell the people that way they know exactly. We're talking about abortion here. I'm talking about. We consider, the people who are pro-life consider that an abortion is murder. But I just told you right now that if we should kill people, you said no. So go ahead, continue.
Okay. Now, first, let's get this clear. I don't agree with abortion.
Okay.
Okay. I'm not for abortion.
Okay.
But I'm not for telling someone that they're wrong or right. I believe that that's their choice. For whatever reason they make that choice, that's their choice. Okay. That's freedom.
Okay.
Freedom is not judging someone or telling someone that they're wrong for doing something because you disagree with it. Now, with abortion, I can't sit here and put that on the same level with someone going out and intentionally pulling a gun out and murdering someone.
Okay.
Because the person that they're murdering is not a person that they have to take care of or that they're responsible for or any of those types of things that a woman who decides to have an abortion would be responsible for her child.
Okay.
So
I believe that a child, you have to take care of him. A woman is responsible for a child. You have to eat. You have to take prenatal medication. You're still responsible for your child. Whether the child is inside the belly or outside the belly, that's still a human life there.
Okay. Is it a life? Because when we do our census, do we count pregnant women's babies as living human beings or living citizens?
So basically,
no, we don't.
Okay,
so
no, we don't. We don't.
That's what makes it hypocritical. So you can't say on one end, hey, that's a life, but then on every other aspect that we go by in this country, you don't consider that a life.
Okay, so the thing is that for you, the government decides what life is. For me, the government does not decide it because just let me finish, because you're talking about a census, right? Which is a government tool that uses to count people. The government doesn't count the baby because he's not alive. The government also, in a very large portion of the history in the United States, decided that blacks were not considered human. They did not count them as human. Was the government wrong or was the government right?
In that aspect, the government was wrong. But that has nothing to do.
Same thing.
Listen. That has nothing to do with choice. When a person is pregnant, you have no reason. You have no understanding of why someone may decide to have an abortion. So, for you to take that choice away from them would make you hypocritical. Those black people who weren't counted as humans didn't have a choice. They didn't have a choice to be counted. That wasn't their decision. Okay. That was the government's decision. So that's what makes it hypocritical. You can't say on one aspect, hey, yeah, we can tell them what to do, or we can count them, or we can't count them. But then on the other hand, you're telling somebody what they can and can't do with a life that's going to affect them in the long run and not the government.
But the thing is that the woman is actually, and I find that even wrong, the woman is the one who's deciding what she does with another life. That's the thing. If you lead that life to complete its full cycle, it is a human life, like 100%. Like, let me ask you this. Do you, let me not ask you whether you have children or not, but let me say I have. But don't tell me you have children, because I don't want this to get like personal, I guess. Oh no,
you're fine. Speak freely, bro. I don't take offense to anything like that. I'm not one of those guys who are going to be on here like, oh, you're personally attacking me, or you're good, man.
That's what I like to hear. People who have different opinions, who are able to share their opinions. If you have a wife that is pregnant, and I will come up to that baby, to your wife, and punch her in the stomach, and that baby is aborted and it's killed. I killed the baby, right? Isn't that what would you consider that murder, or is that's not taking a life in your opinion?
Yes, that's taking a life. So, but again,
you're contradicting yourself.
No, I'm not contradicting. If you let me answer, you're comparing a situation where someone is going to someone else and doing something and causing something, compared to someone who is going through that personally and making that decision for themselves. You going up to my wife and socking her in the stomach and forcing her to have an abortion or to lose the baby is not her making the decision. That's you So if you make that decision on something that has nothing to do with you, it affects your life in no way, shape, or form. This is not your wife. You don't have to care for that child. You don't have to carry it, any of those things. For you to come and hit her would make you wrong. But if this woman is in a situation where she feels like, hey, I already have I have too much on my plate, or I'm not ready, or I was raped, I have medical conditions, any of those things, it's not fair to use the comparisons that you're using to those comparisons, which this woman would base her decision on. Now, my question would be, why would you want to walk up to a woman and sock her in the stomach, knowing that that's not okay?
Because I'm an evil human being. I believe I believe in evil. Evil exists, and there's people out there that just commit evils. Like somebody gets up on the 50th floor of a hotel building and starts shooting down indiscriminately and kills 50 people. That's called evil. That's called evil. Evil exists.
With those kind of consequences, we all know. With those kind of actions, we all know there's consequences.
Yeah, so, but that's what I'm saying. That when the woman makes a choice to kill her baby, she's making a choice on a life that's not hers. When I make the choice of punching a wife or somebody who's pregnant, I make a choice for that individual of killing the baby. But tell me your last point. Tell me your last point, because I'm almost closing up here, but I want to get to that another point that you talked to me about. Okay,
my point would be this. Okay, then if you're going by the logic that you say, and it's okay to judge a woman for having an abortion, to me, that's very unchristian.
To judge a woman?
Because the judgment should be left to the father, not to the people. So if a woman decides that she wants to have an abortion, who are any of us? Because like I said, her having an abortion doesn't affect anyone else but her.
No, it doesn't. It affects the baby.
Okay, but you just said earlier that a baby is not alive until it's born. So if
no. I never said that. Who said that?
You did say that.
No, the baby from conception, the baby's alive. You were the one that said that the government does not count the baby until the baby's alive. I'm like, I don't care if the government counts it or not. The baby is alive once conception happens. That's it.
Okay, and that's where the debate comes in, because one can argue that, hey, the baby's alive when it's conceived, and other people will argue that the baby is alive when it's born, when it takes its first breath outside of the mother's stomach. But either way, it's not on us to judge or decide for a woman what to do with her body and her future. Because like I said, at the end of the day, it doesn't.
I agree with you. I agree with you on that point. But I get where we differ is that the baby is not her body. That's the problem. But we're gonna leave it.
It's a part of her until it's not.
No, so it's not. It's not actually the DNA.
How is it not?
Look, the DNA. The baby has a different DNA. It has a different heartbeat. It has its own lungs. Has its own brain. Has everything separate from the woman. The woman is just basically an incubator.
Let me ask you this.
The wife.
With all that being said, is the baby dependent on the mother to survive until she has it?
The baby is also depending on the mother when the baby's born.
But that's not what I'm saying.
I have a 5-year-old right now. He's fully dependent on me. What does that mean?
Okay, you have a 5-year-old that's fully dependent on you. Can you make your 5-year-old a plate and set the plate down and your 5-year-old feed itself?
Yeah, he is actually. He can.
Okay, can
he can't cook
in a mother's womb do that?
No, not without the baby. Not without the mother eating food.
So your 5-year-old son is dependent on you, but not completely. He's able to do things for himself, where this baby in this woman's stomach is still a part of her and is dependent on her in all aspects. In order for that baby to be born, this woman has to do all the right things.
I get you.
She can't take no shortcuts.
P, okay, let's switch it up a little bit and let's talk about 3 or 4 minutes of this. I'm enjoying this conversation, believe it or not. You also told me that I was that you didn't agree with the fact that Christians like me should be involved in politics. Why is that?
Why is that?
Yeah.
Because
according to the Bible, you said that according to the Bible, we're not supposed to.
According to the Bible, where in the Bible did the Jews deal with politics as far as within their own nation?
From Genesis, from Genesis to Revelation, that means the whole Bible. That's all they talked about. And actually, from Genesis to Revelation, all they talked about was kings, King Saul in their kingdom, then the northern kingdom of King Jeroboam.
They gave you the lineage of the Hebrew Israelites of the 12 tribes. They gave you their kings in order, and then they talked about the nations that
they made laws.
The
also,
Israelites
they had
dealt with.
They had them. They were. What are the 10 Commandments? Those are laws for them. What is the book of Leviticus? Numbers.
Exactly.
Those are all laws for them.
There's 613 commandments. You have dietary laws. You have laws on marriage. You have all kind of laws. It's not just 10. There's more than 10. Okay.
And Moses picked leaders.
Other nations didn't abide by those laws because those laws weren't given to them. Those laws were given to Israelites, to the 12 tribes, to Hebrews, to Jews.
Yeah.
All the other nations created their own laws. Nothing about the laws that they created were God inspired.
Okay, but how does that prove?
That's why I'm saying if you follow Christ, then these governments, especially these ones today, you don't follow because the Bible tells you that.
No. We're supposed to follow. Actually, Romans 13. If you read the book of Romans 13, it says the government was instituted by God, and we're supposed to follow the laws of the government. That's what Romans 13 says.
Give Caesar what is his. I understand all.
You know that.
I understand all of that. But with that being said, if you continue to read the Bible, it tells you that those who did that, all these other nations and their leaders will go into oppression for the oppression that they caused upon the Israelites. So why would you want to follow a government that you know is corrupt and wicked?
No, but that's the thing. Not this government. Not this government. I will grant you. I will grant you the government of that enslaved the blacks and that desegregation. I will grant you that there, but I will not grant you that now in 2020 because it's not. I mean, we go into.
Okay, I'm gonna let you finish. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No. Go ahead.
Okay, I caught your comments earlier and I saw some of the people in the comment section when you was talking about oppression here, and you spoke about the boxer.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. And you said something about what is systemic racism.
So, systemic racism right now. Like if I was to actually point to a law that or what are you black?
Yes, I'm black.
Okay, what if I was to ask anybody? Just tell me something that a white man could do that a black man can't do today. What would that be?
Okay, that's not systemic racism. That's not what it means.
Okay, so what is systemic racism?
And there are things that white men can do that black men can't. There's things that black men can do that white men can't. So that's not what it is.
But like okay. What?
But I'm going to give you a perfect example of systemic racism. Okay, systemic. Okay, I work as a supervisor in shipping and receiving, right? There's been people who work for the same company, black men, that work for the same company that's been there 10, 15, even 20 years, right? Okay, they're well aware of all the procedures in that the job requires in any position. My job will outsource a 20-year-old white male or a 24-year-old white male for having a college degree but has no experience in what he's doing, but will not hire the people who are experienced. And then you know who ends up teaching this white male how to do the job?
The people that
black man that's been on the job for 15, 20 years.
Yeah.
That's systemic racism because.
But what lets you know that's it, that it's a skin color thing? Like, for example, look, when you were talking about Jack Johnson, when I was talking about Jack Johnson, people paid. I'm talking about white men. This is during racism, and this is why capitalism is so great. White men that were racist paid to see this black man fight, bro. They came. He got sent to. He left the country because he was gonna get arrested. He was fighting in Cuba and Spain. He went to Cuba to fight against the Great White Hope. People came to watch this man fight. White people to because they knew that they were gonna watch a great fighter, meaning they were gonna get their money's worth. So me as a capitalist, I believe that if you do the job, you are going to get paid. Now there's other things that you got to take into account because I'm gonna tell you right now, if whatever company that you work for, if there's a man that is his skin color is purple and he's going to do the job and he's reliable, he's going to do everything correct, you know who they're going to hire, right? Or who they're going to get? The man that's purple. That's what capitalism is. They're not going to get a white kid that cannot do the job just because he's white. That doesn't make any sense to me. I personally have experienced it. I'm not saying that you have not.
See, I've experienced it year after year after year with multiple businesses, and I've lived in Los Angeles, Las Vegas, Kentucky, and Indiana. So I've been across the country. I have a brother in Cincinnati. I have a sister in New York. I've been places. I've seen it. My sister, now she's in a position that she should be in, but for her to get there, she had to jump through way more hoops. She was passed over 3 or 4 times for people who had less experience that she trained, and it still didn't work out.
Okay.
And then they finally gave her the job. So it's things like that. Look, that make people believe in.
I get you, I get you. But look, for example, I could play the other side, right? And I'm gonna have to let you go. I could play the other side with the NFL, right? 80% of the NFL and the NBA is black. So I'm saying, okay, so what is it that they don't want white player? No, is that black people do a way better job. I'm talking about a way better job playing in the NFL and the NBA than white people do, and it has nothing to do with skin color. It's just a performance-based thing. I mean,
the NBA. You said the NFL is 80% black, right?
And the NBA, yeah, both of them.
Okay, how many black owners do you have in the NFL and the NBA?
Okay, but the question is that you don't have any. But the question is why? Why?
That's a very good question. So I would ask, if we're good enough to be 80% of a league and entertain people year after year, and just like you said, this goes all the way back to the conception of sports in the United States. And them integrating and letting black people play. Black people have been the breadwinner in sports. They've been the big draw. They've been the big name in any sport. So why are they good enough to entertain, but they're not good enough to be owners? Like you said, LeBron has millions.
Yeah. What I believe I think LeBron, and I'm gonna let you go with this. I think LeBron, even though I don't like LeBron, I think he's a horrible human being. He's probably, I believe he's gonna probably be an NBA owner sometime. The reason I say this is because we got to take into account the business model itself. It's very few owners, right? So a lot of these businesses, these owners are, and you see them all the time, they're just handed down. The teams are handed down from father to son. They're just like that. Very few times you see, that this thing is selling, on this NFL team or NBA team is selling. And I think it's just something that has to do with the market. I'm gonna tell you right now, I think I will never buy an NBA team or an NFL team. Why? Because first of all, I don't have the funds. I'm just a regular poor person, and I don't think I don't even want to be honest, even do that. But I can't blame it. The reason that there's no Latinos up there, or no this, or no Mexicans, or no whatever, is because of racism. P the Great, I would love, to be honest, and I'm telling you from my heart, I would love for you to call some other time whenever you're not busy. And well, obviously, I have the show every Friday, 8 to 9, and have a dissenting opinion like yours, that we're still able to respect each other. And I really enjoy the conversation, brother. Thank you.
I enjoyed it too. Thank you, man. And I definitely will call back, because we're barely scratching the surface. And
sounds good.
I want to get in and build with you, man. And I want to learn from you, and hopefully you learn some things from me.
That sounds good, man.
And the people that's listening, and and everybody we can help people prosper and move forward and become a greater nation. That's all I want to see.
That's exactly how we move forward. You hear different opinions, you hear other people's viewpoints, and you learn from them, and you keep it going. God bless, my brother. You have a good weekend, all right?
You too, man.
Thank you. That was P the Great, man. Go check out our comments in my videos. That way you could see, we going in, man. But again, guys, can we need I say more? We are Americans. It's okay to believe in this. It's okay to believe in that, as long as we don't destroy each other, because there's people and countries that literally want to destroy us. Guys, I'm over time. I'm supposed to be starting the Spanish show, but this was a great conversation. Thank you for all the people so much. 12 people up in his house. Let me give some shout outs here real quick before I get up in here. Ronnie's in the house. Morgan is in the house. Damien, My Horror Story. Alex. Oh, somebody's calling. I'm gonna have to take it. Caller, you on the air?
Oh my God, yes.
You
hey,
got
it's Alexis.
Alexis, you got through. Oh my God. Talk to me. Alexis, I'm gonna tell you before you tell me what you're gonna tell me. It's gonna be short because I have to go into the Spanish show and they're looking for me. But talk
No
to
doubt.
me, Alexis.
Okay.
What's going on?
All right. I just had to call. That previous caller has me hot.
Oh, okay. Tell me. Let's keep it peaceful. I know you're a hot girl.
I'm going to be very peaceful.
Thank you.
I'm going to tell this black man, I need you to really get your mind out of this oppression that you feel you're over, because you're not experiencing it. You have no idea what everyone has experienced 50, 60 years ago. And if you have moved from state to state to state to state and you feel like you are not being acknowledged, it's time to look at yourself. Look at yourself within and see, why am I not being acknowledged? Why is it that I feel like everybody else comes over me? Just take a self look at yourself. That's it. That's all I have to say in regards to that. The other thing, because I'm so tired of hearing excuses, I really am. But the other thing I want to talk about, I am a mother of 4, okay? Each one of my births, I felt life immediately. I love how men sit there and talk about abortion rights and blah, 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 or it's a woman's choice. And no, the moment you lie down and the moment you choose to allow somebody to share that experience with you, you become responsible for whatever consequences happen after that.
Even though I agree, obviously everybody knows there's some exceptions like rape, but that doesn't mean that there wasn't a choice. I mean, meaning the mother, the wife didn't, or I mean the person, the victim didn't decide to lay down with that person. It was forced. But even then, that doesn't mean that you kill you still kill the baby that has nothing to do with what the father did.
Right. But when people love to throw that into the debate, please look at the statistics as far as how many women are going to the abortion clinics because they were raped. Yeah. It is like less than 1%.
Yeah. It's I mean, a lot of the times it's just they just having unprotected sex or not planned out and all that stuff.
People don't want to take responsibility, and it just goes back to this over and over and over again. No one wants to take an observation of themselves. What am I doing wrong? What did I do to get here? It just takes responsibility to look at whatever it is that you're doing in your life, where you come to in your life. Have you really worked hard? Have you really done everything you really can do? Yeah. That's all it boils down to. And as far as women is concerned about, I know so many women that use abortion as birth control.
Yeah, sadly. I mean, when there's also, so much stuff out there, and they just take it because that's what it promotes. That, I mean, it's a reason, and apart from other reasons, like Margaret Sanger, the founder of Planned Parenthood, that literally wanted to destroy the Negro race. I have covered that. I showed the official document where she says it on my channel. Go check it out. She wanted to destroy the Negro race.
Yeah, she had a nice little tea party and had all the Klansmen come, and she explained what this purpose of doing Planned Parenthood would do for them in the future. And look where we are in 2020. Look what is the highest percentage of who is getting abortion? Yeah, the black race. It's
black and
the
Hispanics.
Black and brown. Yes, the black and brown race, because they want to make you feel like you are not powerful, that you can't do this. I raised my children for almost half of their lives on my own. Look at that. And I never let them take excuses. My oldest is getting his bachelor's, unfortunately, because the COVID fucked that all up. But I'm sorry. But, getting his bachelor's, and he did not take one student loan. He worked throughout doing full-time work and everything. There's no excuses. Yeah. Only the ones that you make up in your mind.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's hardship. I believe that there's racism in the United States, just not at the level that some people are making it out to be. Like you can't go around the corner. The KKK is looking for you. No, the KKK is nobody. I mean,
it doesn't exist. Like, honestly, let me tell you, we're here in Georgia. Yeah, we are here in not the bottom, but we're here in Georgia. Yeah, there may be people that and I'm talking about very far and few that you may feel uncomfortable, but it's because some people just don't when you live in the city,
Yeah.
you really think that the majority is black, white, Hispanic. When you step
It
out
is. You
of the
think
city,
you see that the
when you
majority is
step
white people.
out
Yeah.
of the city, we're not there. So
Yeah.
that's why, people may feel like, oh, what, I don't know you. That's what it is. It's not about, oh, I don't like you because of your color. It's like, I don't know you, so why are you over here? You know what I mean? That's all it is.
That's
But when
exactly
you sit
it.
and talk to people,
Yeah.
that's how you break people's minds into having this one-track mind of not, trying to like, oh, that's a black person, I may get robbed or blah, blah, blah. Like, just break the barriers. Talk.
I
Learn
believe
to talk
so.
to people.
That's what we need to start doing, Sally. Alexis, I don't want to cut you off, but I have to.
Fine,
Yo,
I'm
thank
sorry.
you, thank you for calling and just catching me. And I appreciate you're with Morgan and Sonia. Alexis is a firebrand up in here. You better watch out if you answer Alexis, because she's a firebrand up in here, a warrior of the Valentine Show. Thank you so much, Alexis. All right.
No problem.
God bless,
I'm all
sister.
about
Have a good
statistics.
have a good weekend.
And blessings.
Same
All
to you.
right,
Thank you.
bye.
Bye-bye. That was Alexis. Again, thank you so much for the people that are up in here, man. So many people, names I haven't even seen before, of people up in here who are just supporting the Valentine Show. Guys, thank you so much. I'm going to El Show de Valentín now, which is the Spanish show that I do with my wife. We're a little bit late, but we're going to go there. Guys, thank you so much. A lot of people here. I think I saw 17. I think that's probably the most people that I've seen on this show, which is a lot. We're growing. We're growing, and we're going to make a very welcoming atmosphere for everybody up in here, where we just debate the things, man, and we just, can we unite? Do we need a catastrophe to unite? Do we need a September 11th to unite? No, we are Americans. China wants to destroy us. Other countries want to destroy us. Do we need that to happen for us to get back together? Remember to like my videos. Remember to comment, to share, to all that stuff. El Show de Valentín, that's where we're going. God bless. Godspeed. Me, Valentine, I am out. Thank you so much, and I'm really thankful of the show today. Great show. Thank you to all the callers.